We are fresh off the experience of Frocktails New York City.
I really like this because it's the only place where you can actually go up to someone, you see something that they have on, and you can say, "Oh my God, I love what you're wearing. Can I touch it?" And they get it just as excited as you do.
And they launch into how they made it, right? So I did this and I did that. I mean, it's great. It goes back to our fashion nerd conversation because that's exactly the environment we were in. A textile nerd conversation.
Such details. And there was one dress, a lady said that she had tassels on it. So she made all of the tassels and then sewed them on her dress. And I'm like, wait, you cut each tassel, stitched it together, and made it, sis?
I met a woman and she had these hanging crystals on her dress, and it's beautiful silk dress. And I was like, oh my God, you know, I'm feeling her up, right? Because that's what you do at Frocktails. She said, oh, well, my chandelier broke, so I just sewed the pieces onto my dress. Ma'am.
I don't remember the woman's name, but she had diamonds in all different colors. I was just like, oh my God, that's crazy. How long did it take her? She said like a month or something?
Yeah, because as someone who's been around the insanity of quilting, yeah, probably more than a month.
There was a woman there with the shredded pants that had the sequins in it, which was really, really detailed, which was really nice. And it was another one with like shredded denim, but it was a skirt. I'm wearing mine. So basically, it's just like a zipper with gathers. So it's fabric manipulation. I did do the print. I designed the print. And then, you know, the zipper can go all the way up or down. And then there's, you know, some detail on the back. But, you know, it was good. It was cool. It was cool.
If I'm to compare the DC ones and the New York ones, it's like you walk in and everybody is your friend. You know, there is no, who does she think she is? I mean, everybody is excited to see you. I mean, as soon as I walked in, people were touching the petals on my dress, and I didn't have a problem with it. Like, I would love to experience another city next year. I will say it's always nice to see men in that circle because people think that these types of things are just like all for women, and they are absolutely not all for women because men are designers, men are into sewing, men are into knitting, men are into crafty things. So it's not just the woman thing. So I love to see, and we always embrace them, you know, everybody's embraced them.
Naima did win the prize. She won one of the prizes there. And me and Tish looked like, we didn't win anything. But like you said, I think I want to experience a different city to see if the vibe is the same. I mean, I'm sure like the community in terms of like the creativity and, you know, the welcome atmosphere is all the same. But
and fun fact, one of the women that I talked to there told me this started as an Australian thing. Once it started to grow worldwide into this worldwide phenomenon, Australia switched it up. And now they do a fashion tea party. The other thing I will say, the first year I went to DC Frocktails, it was almost like prom. It was very formal and everybody was frilly and girly and you know, it was really nice. So the second year I went, randomly, it was very denim heavy. So, you know, everybody just kind of happened to wear all these denim things. And then the New York one is just kind of like, come as you are. You know, everybody came in their vibe. So that was cool. Shameless plug. All three of my Frocktail outfits are going to be on display. So if you're in DC, there is a gallery opening at Willow Street Galleries. The exhibit opens next Friday, the 18th. And all three of my Frocktails outfits are going to be on display, not for sale. You can touch them and kind of see the work that went into them.
There was a young lady there who came up from Virginia Beach, and she is actually follow our podcast. She drove up for the Frocktails and how she brings others up. We were giving out our cards for regarding the podcast. She was like, "Oh my goodness, I watch you all." They're like, "Wow. Well, thank you. This is great."
one of the highlights of the night. It's us three. We're talking to each other, but you don't hear the feedback. So it's just like to get feedback from actual people that are listening, which is great. So we definitely have to have her on. So any last things you want to add to your experience of the New York Frocktails before we wrap up?
I will say find your version of Frocktails. If you're not into fashion, whatever you're into, find your version of it, because it is an experience like no other, and you will find your people at an event like this.
It's like only certain people can appreciate the time and the detail and all that stuff that goes into making a garment. On my website, Cover Me Chic, there's a download for the kimono pattern, but it's a simplified version of this. So it's a free pattern. So if you're interested in actually making a kimono, you can download the pattern for free on covermechic.com. Also, I do sell a fabric as well. Okay, so that's a wrap. I'm Zahir from Region Design Lab, and we are Designers, Plants, and Coffee. See you next time.